there are certain things that just come with age. And then the younger women, some are just exceptional in their mind growth, right? But when you look at it in terms of numbers, one pool will have more. And that was what I said. And it was taken out of context that, in fact, the caption of one of the popular blogs was, WOLE OJO into cougars. And I was shocked. I was like, oh my...
Hi babes, welcome back to another episode of the Love and Lost in Lagos podcast. And interestingly, this is our season finale. Thank you for sticking with us. You already know that the vibe here is as chaotic as it's sweet. And for our final episode, we thought about it. Who can we possibly bring to give us the absolute vibe that we need to close out the season? We have actor extraordinaire, the one, the only, WOLE OJO with us. Are you happy to be here?
Am I happy to be here? Of course I am. Of course.
How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
You're looking good. I always like to compliment my guests.
Thank
what
you.
they're wearing. You're looking calm.
Thank you.
You give me like chaotic vibes, but like I feel like you're disguising. You're still trying to like, you know.
Yeah, I would like to describe myself as an extreme of whatever you bring.
What does that even mean?
It means if it's cool, I can play along.
So if I give you bass,
bass,
you give me boss.
Yeah,
basically, I love it. I'm here for bass boss. So today's topic is dating in your 20s versus 30s. I'm not going to be mean and I'm not going to make you say your age.
No, my age is out there. I'm not one of those that masks.
You don't mind?
I don't mind. I'm 38.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I love it. I love the confidence. Because I don't know why people don't like to say
it's your age.
Their age.
I don't understand.
What do you mean is your age?
No, as in the age
okay,
is the
okay,
age.
okay.
No, I was referring to
I thought you were...
No,
you know that we just spoke about Glasgow. So I thought you were there too.
Your age is your age. You mask it. You don't... you are
There's
going
nothing to be ashamed
when
of.
Yeah, so I'm 38.
Okay.
I'll be 39 on the 6th of June.
I love it. Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
And I'm 23, just for context sake.
Oh, la, la.
So my first question for
Gen
you.
Z.
Do you have a problem with Gen Z?
No, I just find them very interesting. So now I'm
best? The absolute best.
I'm having a conversation with the Gen Z. I'm all bubbly.
Very good.
Very nice.
So my first question, if you could describe what dating in your 30s has been like in just one word, what would it be?
One word.
Yes. What dating in your 30s is like in one word.
Can't use one word. Do I get 2 words?
Okay, just because it's our season finale and I just want to be nice.
Mental gymnastics.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
What do you mean by mental gymnastics?
Go figure. Gen Z.
See, one thing my generation is known for, is dragging people like Tiger Jen. I will drag you if you don't answer my question. What do you mean by... You can't just say mental gymnastics and not give us like a proper explanation.
Okay, it's just a term. I think your generation created it, when people try to play too many mind games. Okay. So, and you see that happen a lot these days because a lot of people are being too calculated when it comes to the matters of that. I get it that you want to vet who your partner is, you want to know what you're getting to, but at the point where you decide that I want to do it with this person, I think that's the point where you try and live the love and live the life and stop being Xavier of X-Men and be doing mental gymnastics. That shit is tiring. Am I allowed to use shit?
Yeah, sure, you can cuss.
Yeah, and that...
and they choose to drag you into...
Yeah, that shit is tiring. This, like, leave and let leave. Just have fun, but yeah.
Mental gymnastics. I wasn't expecting that. But I feel like if I was asked the same question, dating in your 20s, I feel like it's adventurous. It's stressful though, because like you said, people are very calculative. But I feel like people are also very confused. And I feel like that confusion, I'm a little bit pro toxicity. Okay. People know from this podcast. Yeah. But I feel like it's adventurous for my generation. At least I would say that.
So when you say pro toxicity, what do you mean?
So I like drama. I like I'm not saying that I'm a toxic person. I'm not a toxic person, but just like a little bit of like I like to say a little bit of scoring.
Hallelujah.
Because I feel like it's exciting.
Good.
I don't like boring relationships.
Good for you.
And maybe based on trauma. Let's not go into that. But yeah, so have you dated somebody that's like really young, like a Gen Z? And what was that experience like? Were there any differences in comparison to dating somebody that's probably in like your age group?
Have I? Yes, I've had an experience. But I don't know if she qualifies as a Gen Z.
Is she like mid-20s?
Mid-20s is Gen Z, right?
Borderline. So like
Borderline.
from 26 is not Gen Z.
She's around that. She was around that age, yeah. Then a couple years back. So, how was it? It was interesting for the most, and then it sort of like just ended. Like,
what do you mean it just ended?
It just ended. She just woke up one day and said she's not interested anymore. And
so
there
she
was
didn't give you any reasons?
No reason till date.
Till date?
Till date, yeah, no reason.
Do you guys still talk?
Hello, hi-ish kind of talk.
So you're cordial with each other?
Yeah, just hello, hi-ish.
And when you were kind of like reflect, because I mean, if somebody just breaks up with you without giving you a reason, I would think that you probably try to reflect on your own. Did you think there were any like red flags or any things that she might have seen that led up to her just being like, peace out, I'm done?
If I'll be honest with myself, maybe I came off too strong. I be old man now. I be like, so I don't near that.
So when you say
window.
came on too strong,
came on too strong with the things that I wanted.
So you
as
wanted
to where
different things.
the destination I was hoping we were going to.
Yeah.
Yes. So like I thought she was good enough to walk the aisle with. So I was speaking, not like I told her I was going to marry you, but my trajectory.
Yeah.
Things that I said was in that direction. So maybe because she was still young, and that's sort of like scared. Now, this is me reflecting. It might be another reason that I don't know.
Definitely.
Yeah, so maybe that's what I think.
Have you had any like similar experience where you were dating somebody in their 30s and they also maybe ended the relationship because they felt like you wanted different things?
No. Okay. I would have to think. In their 30s, whatever brought us to end the relationship, there was a conversation.
There was a conversation.
Yes, it didn't just go off. There was a conversation as to, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what you're doing. What do you think? Are we going to move forward together with this? These are my differences. These are the things that I don't like. These are the things that I like. Are we blah, blah, blah together? And then, okay, you know what? Maybe it's best we just... So, yeah, the one in the 30s didn't just...
Yeah.
Do peace and
you just have to do the peace. But yeah, so do you think, based off of that experience with the younger person, did it kind of change your perspective with younger people? Did you start like looking at younger people differently than, or let me say, younger women differently than older women? Sorry, because there's the whole age equals maturity debates where some people think that because a person is of a certain age, they're automatically more mature. What's your take on that?
I know I've even been misquoted once. I did an interview one time with one of the dailies, the papers, and I remember being asked a question, like this, and I said, older women, in terms of numbers, when you look at the pool, age doesn't really equate maturity, but if you put, say, 100 older women, chances that you are going to get you get a high percentage of matured people are more. Now, if you put 100 younger women, because of experiences, time, and blah, and whatnot, right? The percentage will be lower. Now, it doesn't mean the maybe 20-30% that are matured are not even way more matured than the older women, right?
Yeah.
So, but there are certain things that just come with age. And then the younger women, some are just exceptional in their mind growth, right? But when you look at it in terms of numbers, one pool will have more. And that was what I said. And it was taken out of context that, in fact, the caption of one of the popular blogs was, WOLE OJO into cougars. And I was shocked. I was like, oh my I was like, yes, said I'm into cougars, that I do sugar moms, because I said, I didn't say the older ones are more mature. I'm just said numbers.
Clickbait.
Now, that said, my experience with the younger lady, did it change my perspective? Not entirely, but it just sort of like, what's the word? Made me sort of like go back to my original position with regards to women. I prefer dating women closer to my age before.
No.
Before
Okay.
I had that where, so it was a case of, okay, let's just stay where. Yeah, so that was what it did. But nothing major. Doesn't necessarily mean things can't change. But yeah, I'm just, I go with the flow. Be water, like Bruce Lee said. Be water.
I'm not even going to say anything to that. But yeah, so do you think that men in their 30s know what they want out of a relationship more than men in their 20s? Because I asked somebody that question before we started recording, and he said yes. And I feel like that's a lie, because I've met some people that are my age where before dating you, they would tell you that they're not just dating you to date you, that they know that they want to get married. You know that if they're getting into this relationship, it's for forever, and they're going to be very intentional about it. So clearly, just from having conversations with them based off of like their finances, the other relationships in their lives, their goals and everything, you can tell that they know what they want. So do you think that men in their 30s lean towards that than men in their 20s?
I think it's relative to the individual, and it has nothing to do with age.
Yeah.
Men find themselves at different points. Okay, the way I like to describe it, men have different phases in their life.
Yeah.
And some men experience some earlier than some, right? So most men will get to that point in their life and say, okay, I am ready. I think I have satisfied.
When did you get to that point in your life?
In my life, I've not even defined the point. You have attacked.
No, I just had to know.
When did I get? Do you know if I've gotten to the point?
Answer the question. Have you gotten there?
I don't know yet.
What do you mean you don't know?
I'm finding the point.
Yeah, still finding the point.
I don't know if I found it.
Sorry. Apologies.
I just got Gen Z right there. Let's go. So, say for instance, a guy he's 35, and he's finally gotten to a point where he's like, okay, I've met a reasonable amount of my goals in life, blah, 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 and I would like to, settle with my partner. Some other guy might get to that point at 23.
Yeah.
Or 25. So it varies to the individual. So I can't really say, I don't have any data backing it that the guys in the 30s or the ones in the 20s doing more. I don't know, but I just know it's individual for guys. Yeah.
Okay. So I have another question for you. I'm giving it to you hot.
Let's go.
So in your experiences with dating so far, what are some non-negotiables or like deal breakers that you've realized for yourself? Dating younger people, dating people within your age group, like all of it. What are some non-negotiables and now you're just like, this is it or this is not it?
Non-negotiables. Santa Maria. Oh my God. This is a trap.
How is it a trap?
I'm just saying. I think for someone like me, I won't compromise respect.
Respect?
Yes, I won't compromise respect.
In what context?
In every context. Respect, because I would respect you as an individual. I think you should do the same. Do not disrespect me in any way. There are several ways to pass across your point or state what you need to state without being disrespectful. So, yeah. And then I would say self-respect too for the woman. For me, is non-negotiable. Self-respect. My partner has to respect herself a certain way, carry herself a certain way. I will not be with a partner who doesn't respect herself a certain way, who doesn't have her own personal boundaries. Yeah, so that is a deal breaker for me.
So that's a lot of like respect.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get it. And just to give like my own, I don't want to say like a young point of view or whatever, but I feel like for me, based off of the people that I've dated and the experiences that I've had, and because dating these days, there are different dynamics. There's situationship, there's relationship, there's friend with benefits, there's open relationship, open situationship.
Situationship and friends with benefit, they're different?
No, yeah, they're very different.
Oh, wow.
I can be sleeping with one of my friends, but I'm not in a situationship with them. There's an emotional, there's a stronger, no, that's like an everybody.
I'm just clarifying.
There's a stronger emotional attachment in a situationship than it's when you now start catching feelings in your friends with benefits situation that you can now start entering a situation.
Catching feelings, that's not your slang now.
What do you mean?
That's my generation slang. You should use your own. Stop using
do you think that we have secret codes and languages that we just speak all
That's
the
what
time?
you guys make it look like.
Wow. As I was saying, I feel like a non-negotiable for me is self-love. And I say this because I think if I'm going to date somebody, you have to love yourself. Because I feel like the way you love yourself will translate into the way that you love me. If you don't love yourself, if you're quite insecure, the insecurity is going to trickle into the relationship somehow. And so, yeah, I just thought to say that. I don't know why you're now...
Oronla. I like it. You see that one? I'm going to put it on my list.
So I've even given you knowledge from my 23 years. You see.
Solid.
Anyway, my next question for you. Have you ever been in a relationship that has brought out your vulnerability or emotions in a way that you didn't expect? And was it with a younger person? And what did you learn from that?
Sorry. I was thinking of something else.
What was that reaction?
Make the question clear again.
That initial reaction is very sus. It's very, very sus. What was that reaction?
So I remembered something,
what do you remember? Tell us.
This fried plantain that I have at home. The thing
Look at this man.
Just clicked in my head like, I need to finish this interview and gone.
I will ask it again.
Yes, please. Make it very
In your
clear.
experiences, your dating experiences, have you ever been in a relationship that has brought out a certain type of vulnerability or emotions that you never expected? And was it with a younger person?
Oronla. Of course I have.
Okay. This is a safe space you can share.
Oh, please. Safe space that will land on social media.
It's a safe space.
Please. So yes, I have, and someone closer to my age, and I don't know if I should just say this thing because it's like I'm looking for trouble. I don't want to look for trouble. Okay.
What do you mean trouble?
Okay, so yes, I have.
Okay.
And I might be wrong. Now, this is me speaking strictly from my own personal experience. What I'm about to say, I'm not saying it is right. I'm just drawing my own conclusions from my own experience.
Okay.
So I think personally as a guy, there should be a limit on how vulnerable you can be with a woman. That's what experience has taught me. Be open to your woman, be truthful to her, be everything you can be at your best behavior. But in being vulnerable, understand the fact that there's a certain male dynamics and how it works in a relationship, and you can only look so weak in front of your woman. Personally, just sometimes when you go to a certain level, it usually doesn't end well. At some point, it's a term that people don't like hearing, but it's just the truth. At some point, man up.
So can I ask you a follow-up question? Because I feel like you answered me in a very I'm telling you, I'm not telling you.
No. I just.
I mean, I understood what you were saying, but
Yeah.
okay. So when you say a limit to vulnerability, can you give an example?
Can I give an example?
What is it? Is it crying?
Crying?
Is it talking about a particular insecurity? What is it? Because vulnerability has a lot of facets to it.
Maybe it's how often you can come to her with these things.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, forgive me, I'm not saying it's right. It's my own take. I can be wrong. Thank you. I need to put that out there. So, to a certain extent, yes, both partners are there to help each other, to complement each other. But to a certain extent, you, as a guy, you're sort of like predominantly, society has painted it that you are a solution provider. So when your solution provider keeps coming with a lot of problems in the name of being vulnerable, she may not mean it, but subconsciously it can affect the dynamics of the relationship. Like I said, I'm not saying you shouldn't be open to your woman. You can, but know where to draw the line. Read her. Read when she's tired. Read yourself. Read when you are becoming a nag. Read when you are becoming a frequent complainer. Well, a nag. You just keep nagging about your problem, especially when you are static and not doing something about it. You should be doing something about it, because there should be physical evidence of you trying to fix things and trying to move ahead and trying to better yourself, as against just being vulnerable.
Why did you dance when you said it?
Being vulnerable.
But I think that goes both ways, honestly. I feel like
the
in a relationship, I don't know, but I feel like the limits will be relative.
Yes, the dynamics of the limits.
But I'm just saying that in general, as a woman as well, I wouldn't want, if I'm self-aware enough to realize that I'm always complaining to you and I'm not doing anything. That's a problem. That's problematic. So I feel like it goes both ways.
She said it, not me.
My next question. Before I ask this question, I don't know if you'd be comfortable opening up. I said this is a safe space, but for some weird reason, you don't seem to believe me, but that's fine. Are you single?
Am I single?
Yes, right now.
Right now? Yeah.
You are sure?
100.
Okay. Yeah. So what dating mistakes have you made that you would never make again in the process of dating?
Ignoring red flags.
You've done a lot of that in the past?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It just happens. You get carried away. I was younger.
So
just see some red flags.
Yeah.
Peace. Not doing. I'm not going to go there.
Can you give an example of a red flag that once you spot it, you're out?
I mean, we spoke about respect. There are just subtle disrespects that can just come in the name of we're just, I know I can't deal with that. But very obvious one. Okay, so dating nowadays largely is kind of very transactional for the most. If I'm just meeting someone and we're just talking and we've not gotten to a certain level, you understand? I'm not even talking about being intimate, like knowing each other and all that. And you're already making some certain demands from an entitled angle. Red flag, bounce.
Okay.
Yeah.
So entitlement in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because when you said that transactional thing, I was about to counter it with something.
Okay.
Because, you're right. Definitely you're right. You shouldn't be entitled and be asking for things that even you can't provide for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like some people set the tone for transactional relationships before they get into them. Because there are people that are in the talking stage, they are buying you stuff. They're like flaunting in your face and they're making it seem as if this is going to be the normal.
Sometimes some people are just being nice.
You think so?
Yes. Let me, and you have to, let me break it down. You have to understand where somebody's coming from. So someone once said, if a person with 1,000 naira gives you 500 naira, that person has given you more than a billionaire that's given you 1 million. Right?
Yeah.
So you might meet a guy who is very wealthy, very, very wealthy, and the kind of life that guy is used to is a certain kind of lifestyle. He wants to take you out. He's not taking you out to where you're going to dine for 15K or 20K. He's taking you out to where you legit dine for 250 to 350K. And that is all he knows. He's not flaunting.
That's his normal.
He wants to take you out. The first week he's meeting you, he's saying, do you have a visa? I can help you get one. Or do you have, a different passport? Let's fly to Dubai. Let's fly to Paris. Let's go and see Formula One. Not because he's trying
let's go to Dubai.
It's not trying to flaunt. That is the lifestyle. So now you might mistake that for him flaunting.
And showing off.
But that's all he's used to. So we need to be careful when we put these standards with who we are getting to know, how wealthy this person is and where this person is coming from. And then, that will help make a better judgment.
Okay. Yeah. So do you think dating in this generation is more confusing? Like in this age? When I say generation, like with social media now, with everything going on.
You really need to ask me that question?
The level of exposure, yes, I need to ask you.
That's like a rhetorical question.
Still, answer
yes,
the
yes,
question.
yes, yes, yes,
Why?
yes.
Why?
Accessibility. You want to experiment with kids. Lock the fridge. It has apples in it. And then you give those kids, say, 1 apple a week. Or 2 apples a week. Stuff the fridge with apples. Leave it open. Give them full access. After the first week of consuming so many apples, the following week they get tired. Yes, they'll get tired. So, accessibility. Social media. You can literally hook up with somebody in hours. So it's just there. So the level of appreciation of what's obtainable has highly depreciated. So so the accessibility, which is supposed to be a good thing, but we as humans, we always know how to bring out the dark in the light. So
Okay, because I was just going to be like, don't you think it's a function of now everybody just knows that they have options and they're willing to explore those options?
That's what I'm saying, is accessibility. Accessibility gives you so many options. I just said it is not supposed to be bad, but as humans, we know how to bring out the dark from the light.
So you think everybody's confused now?
Many people, not everybody. You still have a couple people out there. Many people, not even couple. The thing is, and another thing I noticed with with the media is we focus on the bad. And I always tell people, for every one person that is breaking up or getting a divorce or facing, domestic violence, you have 100 other people that are living well and doing well in their relationships and are flourishing. But sensational media promotion, when they tell you Jide and Chiamaka doing very well, you skip. When they tell you Jide punches Chiamaka's left eye, you open comment section, you want to laugh, you want to see things, you want to get a reaction. So because of that, because those news are kind of like sensational and they release some certain kind of satisfaction in, the average human, those are the kind of news the media focus because everybody's trying to get traction, everybody's trying to make more money, everybody's trying to. So yeah. So perhaps we should spread more positive news. Don't you think so, Gen Z?
Why are you talking like that?
You know when you want to
You're
comment
looking
and
at
be
all those
specific.
OAPs that are trying to like sound
if you
very
want to make a
soothing and
comment
central.
to Gen Z, you have to understand that they are the powers that be. And you have to be very
They're
careful.
actually the powers that
Oh,
be, and I
yes.
appreciate that.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm actually pained because I thought I was going to have the opportunity to drag you a lot in this episode, but I didn't get it.
You didn't get it?
Yes.
Because I respect Gen Z.
And I blame Alexis. If you don't know who Alexis is, her handle is at Alexis Upabia everywhere, but I blame her. Before I ask my final question.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We've talked
to the
about
final question. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of juicy stuff, but there's been a lot of trending like stuff about relationships. Very recently, there was a certain lady said that her boyfriend went down on her period. There was the case of the woman that hid a certain amount of money that she had in her account based on certain reasons. What's the most ridiculous like dating news or anything trending concerning relationships that you've seen and you've just been like, what's the actual bleep? Like,
that's so cool. What the actual blip? Ooh, Gen Z, Lamo. Okay, so you know this news, it depends on what you regularly visit. That's what you get in your feeds. So I really don't get this news because I don't follow such. I get landscape and animes and what.
you watch anime?
Love animes.
Okay.
Love animes.
I feel like
that offends Gen Z.
it doesn't offend me.
Okay,
Everybody's just watching it. And look-y, I feel left out. And I'm low-key
Just start. I
considering
recommend
watching
one
it.
for you. Start with Naruto.
Why? I felt like that was such a basic recommendation.
Yes,
Because
but
everybody
it's
watches that.
because it's really good. It's really good. Start from Shippuden. It's good. So
God.
anyway, that's cool. So I really don't get to see things about relationship. See, in fact, you see the two you mentioned.
It's a lie.
No, I didn't hear about
Are you
it.
on Twitter?
I have a Twitter account.
But because you're afraid.
No, it's not afraid.
Because a lot of like millennials are like baby boomers. That's they're always
I'm
afraid.
not very social media-ish. I'm trying to get
coded
better.
guy.
No, it's not about being coded.
You don't have time. You're booked and busy.
It's not that. It does not. It's to sweet me like that.
Fairs.
So if I think about it,
But what do you think about that one that said the babe that said her boyfriend goes down on her period?
God will help them.
That's your
I don't know what to say. God in heaven
fair enough.
will help them
Okay,
go
so be-
down and be,
Yeah.
wow, amazing things happen in this world.
Would you ever do that?
Do what?
Oh my God, don't worry, I have my answer.
Okay.
I have my answer. So before I let you go, my final question.
All right.
What's the best dating advice that you've gotten? And what's the worst dating advice that you've gotten? What's that sigh?
I really don't like talking about relationships, like for real. But wow, Alexis did really good too, because
Shout out to
regularly-
Alexis.
Yeah, regularly I will not. But yeah, because let me put it this way: I don't feel. Once again, this is personal. I don't feel I am qualified to give dating tips, and I have my reasons. For me personally, I feel people who have experience to a certain extent should be at the forefront of showing people what they did. Not telling you follow it, but this is what I did.
Speaking on the experience.
Yes, speak about your experiences and all that. And then if we're looking at relationship, the ultimate goal, point of correction, the ideal goal
Okay.
is to, relationship, end up in marriage, have a family, nobody messes around, everybody all good, go through the bumps and the smooth times together, and right? So I would think that people in successful marriages with years of experience
Yeah.
are the best to advise. Now, people who have had unsuccessful marriages, you can now have them talk about what they did wrong or what they think you shouldn't do so that you can also learn from the other side.
Okay.
So unlike 38-year-olds like us that are not married, why are you asking me for dating?
So nobody
relationships?
has
What do
given
I
you
know?
dating advice that was terrible or that was good, that actually added some value to your relationships or scattered any?
They'll say, how do I determine what's bad and what's not good when what I've done over the years has not led to something?
Yeah, but I mean, just because your relationships in the past have not led to like your ideal goal, if it's marriage, it doesn't mean that you've had terrible relationships. So you've not had any relationships where it just didn't work out for whatever reason, but it was a good relationship.
Okay. Advice. Do they used to advise me? Okay, I have a couple of... I'm just flapping around, don't mind me. So I have a couple of friends who are married. Hey, shout out to Jay. Jay just gave birth to twins.
Shout out to Jay.
Yes, that's Chibuza Furubi. Call him Jay. Okay, so my best friend Shoa Jai will always say patience. You have to be patient. You can't... there is another person involved, right? So you won't always have your way. And all the aggression, all the, this is what I want, this is what I'll do, you will pipe down because there's a lot of compromises that you have to make. So yeah, I think Shion has told me that.
So that's the best advice that you've gotten.
I think that's the best advice because, yeah, let me not say the cost, but yeah, I think that's what.
All right, Fez, thank you very much. So if I'm to give you my own advice, give them hell, give them gospels, be as reckless as you want to be. Men are trash. I'm just joking. I'm actually just joking. Love yourself as much as you're going to love the other person.
I have to say,
why are you looking at me? I was just joking. But if
Wow.
anybody gives you gospels, give them gospels too. Okay? That's it from us today, guys. On Love and Lost in Lagos. It was quite the finale, but thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow us, subscribe, comment, share, like, do everything so you don't miss the second season. Thank you, Wale, for coming.
You're most welcome. Thanks for having me.
Bye, guys.